Hi ho tunsters, it's me, Joe Livingston again, and for this video, which is the conclusion for the month of love for 2023, I will be talking about something very near and dear to my black heart, and I'm talking about Dragon Ball. Not the anime series, but something that's more of a treasure to me now. And that be the manga series. It kind of figures that the very first anime that I ever watched was Dragon Ball Z. So it kind of figures that this would be the first manga that I actually read, completely. Now, once you get used to reading from the back side to the front side, in the reverse order of a regular comic book. This is quite interesting to read. When you keep on that point of reference, because I'm used to reading it like this, like holding it like a regular book, like an American book, but not like this. This is the front. So man, gotta admit, the man that wrote this, Kurt Toriyama, is a genius. Okay, there's nothing to say about it. He is a pure genius to adapt the story from Chinese literature that being journey to the West, which there have been several movies, adaptations, and other stuff to it that that have been popular. But this is like a landmark in popularity for manga and anime and video games and other stuff. But this this is a 3-in-1 manga volume, and I don't care what kind of manga. I know there are gonna be some sickles out there that will be annoyed by my pronunciation, but who cares? Anyway, this 3-in-1 volume covers tales like book chapters or issue covers or whatever from 1 to 34. That covers the range from Goku's discovery, his friendship with Bulma, with no balls. If you read the book and you see the comic, you'll understand what I mean by that. Master Roshi, or Muten Roshi, as he says in the comic, as well as Ulan, Puar, Yamcha, Ranpan, uh, King, and the strictly dressed Chi-Chi, which I understand that you gotta have your daughter go out and try to find the Bantu fan to put up the mountain, to put the fire on your mountain. But, number one, wouldn't make sense to accompany her, in dangerous areas. Number two, what in the hell was he thinking by letting his daughter run around in a bikini? I'm assuming that she's somewhere around the age of like 12, maybe 13, 14-ish. But still, I would never have my daughter run around in a place with dinosaurs, kill alligators, and other nasties out there in just in bikini and a cape with a helmet. With a blade, mind you, but still. And that's stupid. And then we got the famous launch. Now, know that in the book she says that her name is Lunch, but I think you know why you changed it for the cartoon, the anime, because you eat lunch. So to assume that to be associated with eating something and a woman, not exactly the most PC thing to be associated with. So I'm glad to kind of change that. Plus it sounds quote lunch. Especially because of the evil side. Now, there are a few things I got mentioned with that too. I love the way Toriyama made it so that her regular nice form is more or less like base Goku in the future. Yeah, nice, naive, kind, get job done and stuff like that. But then when she transforms by his knees, she becomes a blonde-haired rebel. And like that translates into a Super Saiyan because the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta and all the others become more aggressive and they become more powerful and they become stronger and they become more to the point and aggressive, like I said. But the thing about it is that there's a connection with Japanese culture in that too, because blondes in Japanese culture are seen as more rebellious, more dangerous, more fierce. So that's why whenever you think of a traditional Japanese person or culture or whatever, they always portray the people there as being brunettes, black haired, brown haired, that type of thing. Like the more docile. But whereas with blondes and Westerners in particular, Europeans and whatnot, they're seen more rebellious, more dangerous, not non-traditional, more of a threat to culture and values and all that. That's another thing too. Also, to the same matter, the subculture in Japan, I think get Goro or something like that, where teenagers will purposely tan the skin to be leather, really dark, and with white makeup, white eye makeup, and wigs on their hair to be kind of like rebellious against the traditional ways. So that covers it too for launch. He's more rebellious, more aggressive. But on the same token, two more things with that. Number one, when she when she goes into that mode, she becomes more aggressive, obviously. So when we first see her, she's being chased by the police after robbing a bank or a train. She doesn't remember which one it was. But she's drawn. I don't know if that's ever whatnot, but she was drawn in like her naive form, her nice form, with her hair being dark. So I don't know if that was an error because it should have been blonde. Only when she sneezes, that's when she becomes nice again and polite and all that stuff. So Goku puts her in a place in her violent form. And assuming that she becomes like ally or frenemy or whatever in that form at least. What she's nice and whatnot. And the other thing is that the flying in this cloud, I'm talking about it came out the Japanese version of it. Flying in this cloud only takes those who are pure of heart onto it, which Ulan doesn't get to go on it because obviously he's a communist pig. No, I'm really serious. When we first introduced him, he has a communist outfit on the hat too. So he's a porker from communist China, or representative of them. Then you got Bulma, who obviously doesn't really have too big of a heart. I can't think of one pure thing she's ever done in the series so far in the main story, except for cheering Goku and Krillin in that in the world in the strongest under the heavens competition at the end of this book. But she's obviously got no real pure heart there. And also she has double C or double C34 boob size, breast size. If she probably shows off the oolong when she thinks she's a sexy man god. Which another thing too is that she's gotta be like she's 16 in this comic, but will transform into a guy that's easily in the 30s, maybe 40s. So I don't know why they did that. Anyway, they do a good booby shot with him and with her and Yamcha. And I'm sure they probably censored that in the American version of it, but it's pretty damn funny too. And the fact that he uncovered the naked body off the bed sheets to be like have 1,000 yards clear and say like lumps, bed lumps. And it's just a real fun, real treat to read this. Although granted I did buy the black and white version of the comic because cheap and they want a lot of money for the colorized version, so I'm sorry for that. Anyway, back to my point about launch is that when she gets on she gets a lot on Nimbus Cloud, in a polite form, in a nice form, but it's also told that she has memories of when she was violent and evil. So that means that the heart also transfers over. I mean, sure, she got the physical body of the evil haunch, but that's to cover it for that. Would she still have memories and therefore the same impure thoughts of evil launch? It's a good question that needs to be answered. Also, for example, they show Bulma in an outfit that really heavily remind me of what you would see in some of a Final Fantasy game. Let me see if I can find it because it's quite funny. Also, he played with the whole bunny ears thing too, in that she goes into long time costume area tried to find a costume for herself, and believe it or not, she actually found something in her size with a Playboy winning costume. Now this is funny because in the next section, if you will, you come across a town where she gets all this free stuff, and she's assaulted by this rabbit mob. Now this rabbit mob is this is built a mafia run by a giant rabbit that can turn stuff into carrots. Now my quite that big question: if you have someone that's more powerful, you go crew in the bunch in this point, like not say like a free level threat or say via level threat, but if you have something like riots or mercenary towns or say one of the lower members of the union force like Gildo or something like that, Zalbandoya or something like that, thereabouts. Would these still be affected uh, by monsters, by this rabbit mafia's little touch? Anyway, I don't know how state this is gonna be, but this is the effect that I'm talking about here. With Bowman's outfit, it heavily resembles something you might see in a Final Fantasy comic or game or something like that. It's nowhere in the comic book though. Let me see if I can find that picture of a launch. And of course we have Master Roshi, which is the pinnacle of an old master stereotype, like Miss Maggie. But this one is ultra perverted. Like to the point that I was like shocked at how disturbing this guy is. He makes cartoon look tame. For comparison, oh yeah, I also love the joke with the mermaid too, and Goku trying to find a woman for Roshi, but Roshi only wants a certain woman, and he said, I want a woman on top and no sushi on the bottom. That's really hilarious. Momo's there. Mm-hmm. By the way, I want to ask you about the capsule in this universe. It seems that the capsules, oh, you drop a capsule, you get a house or car or something like that. What about objects in the bigger objects, like if you have like a full stock fridge or if you got a full uh, if you got a car full of objects, do they also get miniaturized? Do they also need to be restocked or are they already there? Oh yeah, here it is. Obviously, you have to read right to left on pages, which is the opposite compared to the of a regular comic book. I don't know why they do that. Can anyone tell me why they do that? Why they have the verse of American writing, American book readings anyway. And she's supposed to be in a blonde form. Is she a little speck down there? Yeah, that's her being chased by the police. So, as you can tell, she's in a brunette form, but she should be blonde. And by the way, I love the whole unicycle there, monocycle. Um, yeah. um, and then we got Goku's first on page transformation to the Ozaru. Really nice. I love the fact that the Toriyama made the cover to the original comic book, the the great ape in Goku's outfit, even though he's naked in the comic book. Yet, when he transformed back into a human, he's also in the buff. I'm kind of glad they sent that out. And it's also the Pilaf saga too. And he transformed, which I always knew that Pilaf was a little child, but still he still referred to everything else as childish and stupid. But yeah, he wanted to rule the world. And now there's funny joke here about his own humor that told him to make fun of himself. Well, let me see. I also like the way he said that you can torture Bulma, but he really doesn't do that anything serious to her. I thought it'd be something to torture, but it's not. I also like the wish of the underwear of a hot woman. I thought in the cartoon though they referred to it as Bulma's underwear, but I guess not. The dragon is awesome. And by the way, in its arc, it's like Bulma gets like a weird like I dream of Genie a bit on her, and I get sick of seeing that all the time on her for some reason. Oh yeah, his torture idea is to use hit Bulma with a kiss, which in reality, that really doesn't do anything. And wait, well, they would use this idea of this idea for the costume when they repeat it for the Buu saga. Like, Majin Buu is usually seen in like a jean type outfit, with the vest and with the baggy pants. And let's see here, um, I know it's somewhere. Oh, yeah, here it is. apparently Fuyama doesn't think seriously with other anime manga. And well, now I'll forget. By the way, I think that Mai is supposed to be like a traditional Japanese woman by looks. By looks. So there's that film. And this by the way he does its own work. It's basically shit on a stick. I find it really funny and apparently people think that it's very gross and vulgar. Very funny. So yeah, this whole thing was a treat for me to read this for the first time. I've never seen Dragonball, but I'm gonna see it all eventually. I am glad that people in Japan of all ages, of all occupations, like old men, old people in business suits, on the subway, they read this stuff. So it's nice to know that a lot of people do read this. Yeah, I don't feel bad being an older person reading this stuff. So I actually wonder why it's called acceptable for a man or older person to read comics meant for children and teenagers in Japan. Well, also another point I want to bring up in this is that they show the fight between Bacterian and Krillin in the in the Budokai in the Tenkaichi Budokai, also the name of one of my games. But he's supposed to be the stinkiest man in the world, and he's supposed to be the he hasn't taken bath in life, which would be a big hygiene issue. I would think if you enter into a public fighting tournament. But that's neither here nor there. The thing is that he fights with Krillin had the advantage of not being able to smell as he has a lack of a nose. So that's kind of curious to see that this ultimately think guy had the one guy who he put up against the one guy who got immunity to his real strength. Now that also begs the question if Bacterian were to go up against say Frieza, obviously I know that Bacterian would cream by Frieza because he's older than him, but would his stench be so much that Frieza wouldn't be able to handle him? And that a question has to be asked. And I also like the fact that during the tournament, Goku asked for third in the food department, which is funny because that's the only weakness they never been able to recover from. You know, they removed his tail, and that was like a big weakness for all the sins of his class and all that. But we were never able to overcome his food weakness. Now back to Colin and Victorian. They end up fighting. Colin jumps the count. He down till up to 9 on the count. And then he realizes that he has no nose. So then he gets picked up again. So my question is, why is it that he was able to with all his head, I know that, but was really that much of a psychological terror of the smell that Krillin was affected by it, even though he couldn't smell anything. And then he flipped in the guy's face, and that's for good. Give him mercy smell. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Then we got Jack Chan, who is mysteriously entered into the competition. That's when he saw. But I know it's a great. But yeah, it's with like to read this, and it's quite interesting that Goku is matched with Ramfan, a very seductive female fighter who has the brains of a cabbage, and it's like he's immune to all the girly, like he does the noble joke, and he did the pet thing, which no comment on that. But then he also is sleeping with launch, even though he's immune to all of them and charm. And we even see Krillin stand up to his boy friends at Orange Temple. I think that number one, I think that Buddhist temple is kind of stupid. Number two, I think there was a similar movie that covered that. Not Miss Disease, but something with like some guy go back to see the boys, and it with John C. as a bully at the Buddhist temple. Oh shit, I can't think of it now. It'll probably come to me at know it. But anyway, there's one thing I want to bring up to you, and it's been bothering me for a long time. Now, this is the perfect time to talk about it. But you know how with Asian people, especially with those come fresh from Asia, China, Japan, Korea, so on and so forth, in that negative words, whenever they come over here, they can't speak proper English right away. Well, one of the things people call that is English, and Krillin's name is the perfect opportunity to talk about that. Not in a raised term, mind you, but in a simple, in a simple deconstruction of why they have such a hard time with speaking, pronouncing those words like that, the word color, or like lollipop, for example, the word lollipop. And that is because when they're developing, when their languages come out, they don't differentiate between the syllables of R, like robot, or like run, or like rainbow, and the L sound, like lollipop, language, or lash. They don't, the culture and the language don't differentiate the sound, so that's why they always have a difficult time with it. So whenever they have an R sound, it becomes like an R, or an L into an R, vice versa. That's why Krillin thing is spelled Current, or something like that. Maybe it could just be put on the word curry, current. I guess like pour with pear, long tea, and so on and so forth. But I like the way Toronto does all. the fight with Yamcha, the desert bend with Goku poke him in the eye like like, like three tubes would poke, and then he does the word poke like Batman attacked. So yeah, this is a 100% treat. You don't know Japanese to know this, and so we'll give you an advantage of some cultural things. Also, for when Goku gets to be the rabbit guy in the rabbit mall, I think that's kind of stupid because was I really intimidating when it was these? No, it wasn't. Rabbit is have to be the most intimidating thing a mafia or a bunch of armed goons can wear. No. I want to ask you a good question about this. Who do you think can eat more? Goku? Any any experience that he comes in like as a kid or as an adult or as specific form of whatnot, or Scooby Doo, because Scooby Doo can one and check can I believe being a dog he has the biggest stomach, and I just want to know because Goku's like a bottomless pit. I mean, honestly, where the hell do they put everything he eats? If he's like a pig, how can he put weight in a hollow leg? He needs to have a hollow leg, a hollow arm, and a hollow head too. To fit all of that food they eat. But that's the same metabolism, and the way he defeats the rabbit mob and the carrot guy is just beaten senseless with a power pole. Something that disappeared when he became an adult, but whatever. And then when Piccolo destroyed the moon in the next series, whatever happened to Monster, the cat master, or whatever her name was, I honestly thought there would be a movie going. But yeah, Dragon Ball some he even makes jokes about that equivalent to dragon testicles and a few jokes. Some poor dragon. If then again can have four penis heads, I think a mythical dragon can have at least 7 balls. And the thing anyway, thank you for watching my videos, and this concludes my videos about a month of love, talking about stuff I love and romantic stuff. But there will be one trigger that I will be working on in the next couple weeks. I haven't done it yet, but I'm working on it. And it'll be a doozy of one. But yeah, if you want to see more of my videos, whatnot, you can always subscribe to my channel. With contact me using my cell phone number as 631-707-3707. And if you want, you can always catch me on my email at jjsdreamsong@gmail.com. Or if you want, you can contact me on Twitter at PremiumPro. And have fun. Salute you guys. And last thing I thought, one more thing. Most of these characters are portrayed as Caucasian because of their features and whatnot. Well, actually, two more things I think of it. But one thing that I don't like is that when Toriyama in his Toriyama drawing ways, his style and stuff, I cringe very deeply whenever they portray Native Americans or black people. For example, I'm like, ooh, that's a low blow. I'm getting very I'm getting kind of uncomfortable with some of these drawings, like on the level of Tar Baby from the what the hell, the Son of the South movie and comic and writing stuff. I'm like, ooh, that didn't age too well. The same with Native Americans. I'm getting a very Peter Pan bad thing about this. Also, my other question is more of a beat. How strong is Master Roshi? I mean, really. I mean, we see that Goku was able to copy that Kamehameha after Roshi took 50 years to learn it. But how strong is he really? Because in the movies, at least, he's able to leave them alone for when he had to fight Broly in the first Broly movie. And then in they brought along for the universe for him in the power. You know, why bring Broly there with the metal? I mean, you would think that a human of his age, his power level, wouldn't do squat. But apparently, he's powerful. In fact, I made a joke recently that this is my brother in his digital self image. By the way, in the Matrix, what would I want to imagine myself as being a disabled person? Anyway, that's the time I forgot from that review. Anyway, yeah, this video has gone on for long enough. I heavily recommend you guys pick up this manga series with only like $15 for USA for for the could figure out how the conversion rate for the other countries are. But this is very awesome. It's like Dragonball Z, like anime, manga. This is the origin of it. This is the origin of one of the biggest franchises in the world. And one of the most ultimate characters in anime history. And I think that it opened up the world to anime and manga in general around the world. So, you know, there's very few people who have TV or the internet who haven't heard Dragon Ball or Goku or any of the other people in there. And I'm also glad that I take change outfits in the show because uh that first outfit is just pathetic, hilarious. I would be more hilarious, more funny than terrified of that thing. And I like the way Toriyama puts himself into the artistry, into the comic. I think it's supposed to be him, and they have one they have one thing he puts. I think it's supposed to be Bruce Lee. Believe that this guy is supposed to be like Bruce Lee. Or maybe that's supposed to be Jackie Chan. But let me see if I can get the Toriyama guy. And there are some four bricks in here too. But we'll be right back here in a little bit. Oh yeah, we need put your Indian guys too. Ooh, that didn't age well. Oh yeah, when you have the master dojo in this, he's a dog and he's a wolf. I always thought doing that. You be a wolf. Wolf. Anyway, I'll leave it to you guys to look up Toriyama's actual face. But is this guy supposed to be Toriyama? Guy in the corner. I'll leave you guys with the image of both kids saying, we'll be right back after these messages. The guy is funny that he never ages either. From the comics to the show. I also love the shine on Krillin's head. He said, you shave your head to be more like the invisible Master Roshi. And then he said, I'm just bald. It's tired here. Also, when I was reading the comic book, I couldn't help but think of the people's voices on the show. So, see you real soon from me too. Aloha.